Okay, let's take a look at using Google Hangouts and Google Meet. First thing we want to do when we use these two apps is we want to open up our Chrome browser. I'm just going to go down here and I'm going to open this up. We want to make sure that we're logged in with our Hamtramck Google account. I'm going to hover over the icon here, and I can see that yes, I'm logged in as ttraining at hamtramckschools.org. So we're good to go in that respect. Let's take a click here on the little waffle. We come over here and we're going to use Meet, and we're also going to use Hangouts. Let's click on Hangouts first and talk about Hangouts. Hangouts will allow us to make phone calls. If you want to call a student's home, you don't want to use your personal phone, you don't want to have them have your cell phone number, that type thing. You can make phone calls using Hangouts. It is a one-way call. When I say one-way, I mean you can call out, talk to a parent. When you hang up, the parent will not have a number to be able to call you back at. It's a one-time deal. You make a call, you're done. The next time you use it, it might be a different number. We could do a video call, and that's going to actually open up Meet. We're going to do that in a minute. You could also use messaging, where you instant message people or you chat back and forth online. But let's look at video call, because that's really what we want to look at today, and that's Meet. Also, if we were to go back here and click on the waffle once again, and I click on Meet, you'll see right here, you know, we got a little different screen because it changes every time you open it up. But here and here, they're both the same. They're the same app. So I'm just going to close one instance and leave the other one open. So what we're going to do is we want to set up a video meeting where we're going to meet with at least one other person, up to probably, I heard the high school had a meeting the other day with over 80 people. I don't know the exact limitation, but it should fit our needs. So we're either going to join a meeting or start a meeting of our own. The step is the same either way. We're going to click Join or Start Meeting. This box opens up. If you're joining the meeting, in here is where you're going to put the code that somebody is going to have provided you with. If you're going to start the meeting yourself, you're going to be the speaker, let's say, in charge of the meeting. You could just leave this blank and click Continue. It's now getting everything ready. It's turning on my camera. It's making sure my microphone is attached, and I'm ready to go. Now, at this point, you can mute your microphone if you want. If I click right there, my microphone would be muted. I can also turn off my camera if I want. I can turn it off here. During the meeting itself, we can also turn the camera on and off and mute as needed. So I'm going to turn the camera back on, at least for now. And over here is some information on how to get into the meeting. You can use this code right here, this URL, or you could use just the end of the URL if you're going in through the Meet app. That's how we're going to do it. Also, if you don't have a computer handy and you need somebody to join this meeting, they could call the number that's provided and use this PIN code to access the meeting. They'll only have audio, they won't have any video. So let's go ahead and let's go join the meeting. I've gone ahead, and once again, it's giving us that information again, the information on how to get into the meeting. I'm just going to close that. If we needed it later, it's down here under Meeting Details. We could just copy it. It's copied to the clipboard. If we wanted to send it in an email, maybe you get ready to start the meeting 15 minutes before you're planning on going, you could send an email out to your participants, and they could just click on this link in your email. Right now, if you look up here, it says 1. It shows that there's one person participating in the meeting right now, and that's just me. To have a better description of how this is actually going to work, I'm going to go ahead and open up a remote session on another computer in my house so that you can see what it would look like for you to log into the meeting after it's been set up by whoever's administering it. So I'm going to click up here on my remote desktop. This is a Chromebook that's actually sitting in my living room. I got it a little bit of ways away so we don't have feedback problems with the speaker. And I'm going to go ahead. I've already logged into the Chromebook, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up the Chrome browser. And it takes me into a new screen. I think it's best You don't have to use your school ID to log into the meeting, but what I've been seeing happen is if you're using your school ID, you don't have to be granted access. If you're not using your school ID, the person running the meeting has to grant you access. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to change to a school account. This right now is on my personal Google account. I'm going to click this. I'm going to select my high school account or my school account, and I'm now logged into my school Google account. I could open up email if I got a link, but I'm just going to go ahead, open up at the Waffles, and I'm going to scroll down here, and I'm going to go into Meet. This is what you're going to see. Like we said before, I'm ready to join a meeting, so I'm going to click Join or Start. And this is, in this box here, is where I'm going to put that code. I'm going to pause this video for a second while I go back and get the code and type it in, and we'll be right back. Okay, here we go again. So I have gone down here. I've looked at this again, and I've made note of this code right here. Just this portion. I didn't need the whole URL. If I had the whole URL, I could just put it in the menu bar and it'd take me straight to the meeting. Now I'm going to go back to that computer. I've typed that in, and I'm going to click Continue. I'm now joining the meeting. It's setting up the camera. It's also turning on the microphone. As you can see, it's actually just pointing out into my backyard. If you've never used Meet before and haven't used it with your camera or microphone, you may be prompted to give it a permission to use your camera and your microphone. So don't be alarmed. Just say yes. You'll be able to turn the camera on and off as you use the application in the meeting, and we'll be good to go. So I'm not in the meeting yet. If we go back here and we look, it still says there's only one person in my meeting. Okay? I've gotten to like the reception area, but I have not joined the meeting. So now I'm going to say Join Now. And I have now joined. I'm actually seeing what's going on that other computer. And now if I go back to this other meeting, we'll see that there are two people in the meeting. I'm logged in with the Tech Training Google username, and I'm also logged in on that second computer with John Stofflet, my high school or my school district username. If I want to change between screens, I can just click right here. Now this is what I'm seeing. There may be a time when you may get in, you may not want to use your camera, or if you don't have a camera, that's okay. It'll tell you that there's no camera available. If I move my mouse down here and click, this little area pops up. I can turn my camera on and off right here. So I'm going to turn my camera off. Once my camera goes off, it just shows the icon that's associated with your username. It may just be the letter of your initial of your name. It just depends. But if you have something saved, that will show up. The other thing you can do is you can turn your speaker on and off, your microphone on and off. As I'm talking right now, you can see that my this gray area is showing that I'm the one talking. If I turn off my speaker, I'm talking, but it's not going into the Meet right now. And on the same token, if somebody went into my living room and talked into the speaker in there, then you would see that person talking. I'm going to turn the speaker back on. I'm going to turn the camera back on and see what happens. And that's good. Now, if you want to mute someone, if you click here, if you want to mute, you saw how to do that. I can mute someone, I believe, but once I mute them, they have to turn it back on, so I'm not going to do that. All right, so that's kind of the basics. Let's look at just one or two other things and play with it, and I'm sure call another teacher, set up a Meet, see how it works, give it a try. I'm going to come down here. I may want to present. I may want to send some information from my screen to, not from my screen, from my desktop to share with everybody. Maybe a PowerPoint, a video, something like that. So if I come down here and I hit present now, I will tell you that I've had a few issues with this where it kind of works kind of weird with the camera and it gets this mirror image where it like gets deeper, 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 deeper. If that happens, just stop presenting and start over again. But I'm going to go ahead and hit present now. And you have a choice. You can do the window or your entire screen. Play around with it, see what works best for you. But I'm going to do entire screen. Okay, then you have to select what you want. Now I'm going to select this, and I'm going to say share. Then I'm going to go down here and I'm going to open up a new browser window. Okay, I'm going to go in here to Hamtramck School bookmarks. This is the bookmarks that you should have. Let's say you're ready to work on your students' grades and you're trying to show another coworker how to do something. I could go into MyStar and I could pull this up and then I could log in and that type thing. So we could work together if somebody's having a little issue. Also, when you're done and you want to quit sharing, if you look down here at the bottom, it says stop sharing. So all I need to do then is click stop sharing, and the screen is no longer being shared. I don't know what you're seeing, to be honest with you. I come back here and you can see this. Okay, I'm no longer sharing my screen. That's kind of a quick overview of this. I hope it's been helpful. Give it a try. Try it with a couple of your coworkers, and good luck. And I'd be happy to help you in any way I can.